Good evening, everybody. My name is A Weapons, Mid-Lyfe Music. Shouts out to the almighty LDBC. Go to ldbcsports.com where you can register, make a profile, interact with the brothers and sisters of the LDBC. Also go to ticketvmedia.com where you can purchase A Weapons music, Ticket TV merch, LDBC merch, A Weapons merch. And you can register to the forum on that site as well. Lastly, go to my store, which is A Weaponry on Shopify.com. There you can buy A Weapons merch, Reflection Beatdown merch, Shada Barber merch. You can buy BFTB merch. You can buy Drew Titan merch. And let me see, anybody forgetting? Oh, and the brand that I'm pushing, which is called Relentless Aggression. You can purchase that merch there as well. I just saw a clip on IG, and it says that Megan Da Stallion signed a multi-year contract with Warner Brothers Group, as far as pushing her albums and everything, for the next few years. And I have to say, and I'm just gonna direct this to Carl Crawford. Now, Carl Crawford used to own her music and everything under the 1501 record label. And I have to say this to him, congratulations, as far as letting her go, in October, just totally letting her go. Congratulations. And the reason I say that is because like a few years ago, well, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I had made a video about this same subject. And I had said, and I don't know whether Mr. Crawford had listened to the video or whatever, right? But, and by the way, Carl Crawford is also MLB, Major League Baseball great. You know what I'm saying? He just lately retired from baseball, but he's an MLB great. And Carl Crawford was like, look, I've had enough. We're going to always have a problem with each other. And when you have problems with your artist, you're not going to come out with the best music. Now, if it happens to be a bad mood and the song happens to hit, so be it. But in most cases, when you have an unhappy artist, you're not going to have the best music. You're not going to have that number one hit. It's definitely not going to be a great rapport in the studio or at the record label. It's just not. So I congratulate him for letting her go in October. You know what I'm saying? Now he can go on to bigger and better things. And she can go on to bigger and better things. What he has to understand is that the minute that she saw Beyonce, I breathed the same air that Beyonce breathed. I was right next to her. The minute that happens, it's over. Anything that you want to do, over. Anything you want to talk about, over. It's over. Like the only time that it probably won't be over if you just gave her 100% of publishing, 100% of royalties and everything else, then she might have stayed. But other than that, it's over. It's over. And so I'm just happy that he decided just to let everything go. You go your way, I go mine. Now he's probably taking something off the top. Pause. He's probably taking like about maybe 5% or 10% of all her earnings. He did one of those Lou Pearlman contracts with Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. He did one of those type of contracts where no matter what happens, he gets a certain percent right off the top. Pause again. You know what I'm saying? Before anybody sees any money, he gets a certain percent. And I think that Carl probably, he's probably got 5-10% maybe. Like before anybody sees any money, he gets his money off of whatever she does. Whether it's makeup, whether it's music, whether it's movies, whether it's any venture that she that in which she embarks, he gets a piece. Pause again. So that's pretty much the situation. And like I said, Carl, I'm glad that you decided just to let her go her way. And let me say something. I'm on your side, Mr. Crawford. I am on your side. Because to tell you the truth, just to be honest, you could have taken Jay-Z and them to court. Because what they did is considered as what they call, in the business world, torturous interference. And that's exactly what they did. They interfered with the way that you do business with your employee. So you could have went that direction, but I guess, you were like, look, let's just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Let's just let it all go. Give me 10% or give me 5% of everything that she makes or for everything. I have no say so, nothing. Let it go. Or you could have just said, fuck it. I don't want nothing. Let it go. You could have just did it that way too. Now I would have took a kickback because I'm not going to sit up here and spend $3, $4, $5 million on an artist and I don't get nothing back. But if he did, more power to him if he did, but I wouldn't have done that. And I think that what he probably wound up doing was saying, look, take the 5%, take the 10%. And also what I think too is that everybody was thinking that they would see her as being guilty of like what happened between her and Tory Lanez. They thought that that he was going to get off because he didn't do anything wrong. But then when they saw that everything happened and that he was at fault, or whatever the situation is, and she was vindicated from that, she got her commercials back, she got her albums and records back, everything like that happened. He may have actually given up before then because he thought that it was over for her. He that could have happened. But I think that, what most likely happened, said, look, none of us are happy. Let me get 5% of everything that you make money from, or either 10%. I have no calls. I can't say anything or do anything. The only thing that I do is get a check. Do we have a deal? And I believe that's what probably happened. And you know what I'm saying? And look, salute to Carl Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to be the bigger person. And it could be like, well, look, I'm gonna hold you here because I want my money back and you ungrateful bitch. He could have said all those things, right? And for a while he was saying it. But he said, look, go ahead, take your money. Take your whatever you're gonna do your thing. You and that treacherous motherfucker that was on the record label trying to get you signed to Rockefeller Management and all that other shit. I forgot the motherfucker's name. But y'all go ahead. I'm going to find somebody who's grateful and who's thankful for this opportunity. I'm going to find somebody. And it kind of reminds me of what Wack is going through right now with X4 and what he went through with Mimo 600. It kind of reminds me of that because, look, I'm the last person who will sit up here and tell you that a record label is always is always right and you should listen to what they say. I'm the last person who'll say that. But we got to call a spade a spade. When you're sitting there and the record label is spending all this money to promote you, they're spending all this money for radio stations to play you, they're spending all this money for marketing and promotion and stuff like that. Now, it used to be packaging, but there's no more of that anymore. But all these things that they do, and you basically want $10 million back from them when you go platinum. That it doesn't work like that. First of all, they have to make all their money back. If they give you $500,000, right? Oh God, it's another long ass video. All right, but anyway, if a label gives you $500,000 for an advance, what you're thinking is they have to make the $500,000 back before giving you money. No. $500,000 is the advance money. But now, what about the money they spend on marketing you? What about the money they spend on promoting you? What about the business trips? What about